Good morning, children. So, yesterday we have learned about the chloroplast, and also we have seen all the experiments based on the photosynthesis. And today we are going to enter into a very, very important topic, which is called as mechanism of photosynthesis. This is one of the very, very important topic to remember. I think that this class will be a bit lengthy, but I just want to complete this class in one session. So I want everybody to watch it till the end so that you will have a complete idea about the mechanism of photosynthesis. Okay, so before studying the mechanism of photosynthesis, first of all we'll try to see what we have learned in the chloroplast. Children, we have seen that chloroplast will contain the pigment molecules which are called as chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll is responsible for green color of the leaves, and also this chlorophyll molecules will trap the solar energy. Okay, whatever the energy which comes from the sunlight, that energy is completely trapped by the chlorophyll molecule. So chlorophyll molecule plays a very, very important role in the process of photosynthesis, because see, to start any reaction, what we require is energy. So now this chlorophyll molecule is the one which is trapping the solar energy. Now where the energy is present in the sunlight, the energy is present in the form of photons. So these photons are absorbed by the chlorophyll molecule so that they can get the energy or initiate the energy so that the process of photosynthesis can take place. The second one which is very, very important is carbon dioxide. You can see in the red color, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is taken by the plant from the atmosphere, and that carbon dioxide is very, very useful for preparation of food material. We have also seen the experiment of carbon dioxide, how it is essential for the process of photosynthesis. So without carbon dioxide, plants cannot prepare their food material. And third one is we have seen is the water. We have seen that water is very, very important, and this water will enter into the plant through the roots, and these roots will absorb the water from the soil, and that will go until it reaches the leaves. Okay, children. So the next is light. We have also seen the light screen experiment, and we have seen how essential the photosynthesis process is. And also we have seen how essential is the light, or the role of light in the process of photosynthesis. And light, it comes from the sun, and the energy is in the form of photons, and then this energy is converted to chemical energy by the plants, and this energy is used to initiate the process of photosynthesis. So chloroplast, carbon dioxide, water, and light. These are the four major components which are starting the process of food preparation, that is synthesis of food. You can say photosynthesis, that is synthesis of food in the presence of light. Okay, children. So now we will see the chloroplast. We'll see the chloroplast. So chloroplast, you can see that there is an inner membrane, there is an outer membrane, and the white color one which you can see inside is called as stroma. Part which is inside, it is called as a stroma. So you just check it out once, okay? And this stroma, okay, and then we can see the stacks of thylakoid, the green color. Okay, the green color bag-like structures, you can see all those are called as thylakoids, and these thylakoids are placed one on the other, and a group of thylakoids is called as granum. Okay, so now coming to the stroma. Stroma is a fluid part of the chloroplast, and this is responsible for dark reactions will come. We will come to the place where we will be learning the dark reactions, and then you can see the thylakoids, the green color stack-like structures which are placed one above the other are called as thylakoids, and these thylakoids are responsible for the light reactions. Is it clear, children? Okay, next we'll come to stomata. Children, here stomata, you can see two bean-shaped cells like this. Okay, these cells are called as guard cells, and the place in between them is called as stoma. Chloroplast will contain stroma and the stomata will contain stoma. So don't get confused with these two words. So stomata and chloroplast, these are the two major like organelles of the cell which plays a major role in the process of photosynthesis. Now coming to the stomata, how it is useful. Now we have seen that carbon dioxide enters into the plant or into the leaf through what? They enter through the stomata. So if the carbon dioxide doesn't enter the leaf through the stomata, the process of photosynthesis will not take place. Now you can see in the picture also, you can see the two guard cells and also you can see the stoma, isn't it? And also it is also, the stomata are also responsible for the process of transpiration. When the water becomes excess in the plant, they are sent out through a process called as transpiration. They come out in the form of water vapor. This process is called as transpiration. So stomata are responsible for two things, children. One is diffusion and second one is transpiration. Is it clear? Stomata and chloroplast, these are the two very important organelles which you are studying about, especially in the mechanism of photosynthesis. Chloroplasts are responsible for the process of photosynthesis and stomata are responsible for the diffusion of gases like carbon dioxide, and also when the food synthesis takes place in the chloroplast and all, the oxygen is liberated outside. That has to come to the stomata itself, and then it is also responsible for the process of transpiration. Okay, children, there are two types of reactions in the photosynthesis, mechanism of photosynthesis in the process of food preparation. One is the light reactions and second one is dark reactions. So first one is the light reaction, second one is the dark reaction. Sometimes you may confuse in such a way that the light reactions will take place only in the presence of light and the dark reactions will take place in the presence of dark. Okay, so or in the night time. So that is not the right process. So light reactions are also called as, they are called as light dependent reactions. That means these reactions are dependent on the light. These reactions takes place only in the presence of light. And coming to the dark reactions, these dark reactions are also called as light independent reaction. That means it doesn't require any light. They will take place, they can take place in the daytime, but it doesn't require any light. So here only in light reactions they are completely depending upon the sunlight. So that's why we are calling them as light dependent reactions. Whereas in the dark reactions, they are not at all dependent on the light. They may take place even in the presence of light or absence of the light. So they are not completely dependent on the light. So that's why they are called as the light independent reactions. Now, very important point I'm going to tell you. Light dependent reactions, or you can say the light reactions, where they will take place? They will take place in the thylakoids. Okay, thylakoids are full of chlorophyll molecules. So these thylakoids are the place where the light reactions will take place. And whereas coming to the dark reactions, where these dark reactions will take place? They take place in stroma. I told you, it's a fluid filled part of the chloroplast. So this stroma is responsible for the dark reactions. Is it clear, children, or everyone? So light reactions and dark reactions. So light reactions are also called as light independent reactions. They take place in the thylakoids. And dark reactions, they are also called as light independent reactions, and they take place in the stroma. So now we come to the light reactions. We'll come to light reactions. So now coming to the light reactions, these reactions already we have learned that they happen in the presence of light. That's why they are also called as light dependent reactions. Light dependent reactions. Now all these reactions are not explained in the CCE model, but a gist of this reactions of light reactions and dark reactions are given. So it is not a detail, it's not in detail, or it's not explained in a broad way. You are only given the gist of that, so we'll go along with that. Coming to the light reactions, so there are 3 steps in the light reaction: step 1, step 2 and step 3. So we'll see what happens in the step 1. So we'll see what happens in the step 1. Now we can see that there is chloroplast. Okay, there is chloroplast. Let me draw it for you. Right, so coming to the step 1. Now you can see here the sun, and also you can see the chloroplast. Okay, now here you can see the chlorophyll molecules. I just put a dots here. These are the chlorophyll molecules. So the green dots are the chlorophyll molecules. So now when the sunlight falls on the leaf, what happens is these chlorophyll molecules will absorb the sunlight. What are there in the sunlight? Where is the energy present? In the form of photons. So these photons will be absorbed by the chlorophyll molecules, and you know what happens? They get activated. They go into an excited state. They get activated or they go into an excited state. That is the first step. Okay, what is step 1? The chlorophyll molecules will receive or will absorb the sunlight or in the form of photons and gets excited or they get activated. So this is what happens in the first step. So you can say absorption and activation. Absorption of the photons which have the energy, and then activation of the chlorophyll molecules, or you can say they go into an excited state. Now they will be activated by the light. Okay, now coming to the step 2. Now already we have seen that the water will enter into the plants through the roots. Okay, in the first slide we have seen that the water enters from the roots into the leaves and they come into the thylakoid membranes, and now the water molecules which are here, right, which are in the thylakoid membranes. Now remember that one. And now we have the light activated chlorophyll molecule. Why we are calling it as light activated chlorophyll molecule? Because they have absorbed the photons. They have absorbed the photons. Because they have absorbed the photons, the chlorophyll will become activated. Okay. So the chlorophyll which is activated now, it has a very good, its activation, and this light activated chlorophyll molecule immediately what it does is, it will, in the step 2, what it will do is, it will split the H2O. What is H2O? That is water molecule. So this water molecule is split by whom? Light activated chlorophyll. Till the time it is not activated, it's not undergoing any change. It is as it is. But once the chlorophyll molecule absorbs the photons and gets energy, immediately that light activated chlorophyll molecule is splitting the water molecule. And this process of splitting the water molecule, you know what it is called as? It is called as photolysis. It's called as photolysis. You can write this equation as this equation of photolysis. The light activated chlorophyll molecule will split the water molecule into hydrogens and electrons. So this is what happens in the step 2. So here in the step 2, we see that the water molecules are split into hydrogens and electrons, and in this process what is given out? Oxygen is given out. So this oxygen is liberated outside. That is what we have seen in the experiment of oxygen using the hydrilla plants. So in that experiment I have seen that the gas which is collected at the end, you know what is that gas? We said that it is oxygen. So where this gas is coming out now? It is coming in this process. That is when the light activated chlorophyll molecule splits the water molecule. It changes into, it splits the water molecule into electrons and protons, that is hydrogen atoms, and then coming to that, oxygen also liberated. So that is the oxygen which is liberated here, and this process is called as photolysis. Lysis in the sense of breakdown. Children, did you understand this one? So what is photolysis? Splitting of water molecules into hydrogens and electrons is called as photolysis, and in this process what is liberated? Oxygen is liberated. Okay, that oxygen comes out again through what? Stomata. Okay, so carbon dioxide is entering through stomata and oxygen is also going out through stomata. So it is diffusion of gases here. Okay, now coming to the step 3. Okay children, so in the step 3 what happens is, these hydrogens which are released here will combine with a compound which is it's an energy compound where the energy gets stored. That compound is, okay children, now we come to the step 3. In the step 3 we are seeing here, there is a compound already present in the chloroplast which is called as NADP, which is present in the thylakoid membranes. This NADP is nothing but an energy compound, or you can say it's a compound which stores the energy. This is already present in the chloroplast. So there is no doubt in that. So NADP will receive the hydrogens. Okay, here we have seen the hydrogen now. So it will receive the hydrogen. So NADP will receive this hydrogen, and you know what it becomes? It becomes NADPH. Okay, NADP in the sense nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide phosphate. So this compound is already present in the chloroplast, that is in the thylakoid membranes, and now it takes the hydrogens and becomes NADPH. Now this NADPH is required to initiate the process of photosynthesis, especially in the dark reactions. Okay, now this is a compound which has energy now, so it can be utilized to start the dark reactions. So that's the reason why we are calling them as dark reaction. There is no usage of light here. And second one is the another compound which is present here is the ATP. So another compound which is present here is the ADP. So this ADP is adenosine dinucleotide phosphate. This ATP is also present in the chlorophyll, in the chloroplast. Now this ADP is also an energy rich compound, and what it will do is it will take the electrons. That is E minus electrons, and then they becomes ATP. So ADP is also present in the chloroplast. What they are taking now? They are taking the electrons and they are becoming ATP. ATP is a energy rich compound. So whenever energy is required at any place, ATP will give out the energy which is present in it and again becomes ADP. It becomes ADP, again it will take the electrons and becomes ATP. So it keeps on regenerating always. Okay, it's like a cycle. So always ADPs will take the electrons and becomes ATPs. Whenever energy is required, they give out the energy and again they become ADP. Again they take the electrons and again they become the ATP. So this is a process which continuously goes on, so that light reactions will continue. They will keep on continuing. So this is the end of the light reactions. So in the step 1 we have seen the absorption of the photons and activation of chlorophyll molecule. Step 2 we have seen the molecule is split here, and then the water molecule is split, and this process called as the photolysis. And in this process water molecule is split into hydrogens and electrons. And in the step 3 we have seen that there is a compound which is called as NADP, and that NADP has taken the hydrogen and forms the NADPH. And there is another molecule which is called as ADP that has taken electrons and becomes ATP. P. So these two are the compounds which will they will start the dark reactions. They are required to start the dark reactions. So without these two, dark reactions will not take place, and these two are formed because of only light. So all these reactions which you are seeing, all the three steps you are seeing, they are completely dependent upon the light. So if there is no light, all these three will not form. That's why we call them as the light reactions. Is it clear, children? Everybody. So we have seen that there are two end products, especially. So we have seen that there are two products, especially ATP and NADPH, are formed in the process of light reactions. And also we have seen that oxygen is liberated. Oxygen is liberated. And till now we did not see the formation of the starch. Did we see the formation of the starch? No, we did not see the formation of the starch. So here we are going to see the formation of starch now. Okay. So in the dark reactions is not given in detail, but when you go to your intermediate and when you take botany, there you can study you will have a complete study of the dark reactions. So we are not going into a detailed process. So we'll try to know the gist of the dark reaction. So this ATP and NADPH, right? So the hydrogens which is in the hydrogen which is in the NADP will combine with the carbon dioxide, and it will form, what? They will form the glucose, and this glucose it will form into starch. It's a simple carbohydrate, it's a complex carbohydrate. Glucose molecules will come together to form starch. So there's no much difference between these two except simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. So what happens in the dark reactions? The hydrogens which are in the NADP will combine with the carbon dioxide, and also here one more thing which is very important is they also utilize the ATP. Where is ATP formed? It is formed in the light reaction. So the ATP which is formed in the light reaction used up in this reaction, and that is in the formation of the glucose or starch. So only that so it's not sure that the hydrogen directly combining with the carbon dioxide will give a starch directly or give rise to glucose directly. So that there is no one reaction. There are some 10 reactions which are based on that. All these reactions, and this is a cyclic process which keeps on continuing. And these reactions are discovered by Mr. Kelvin, a scientist called as Kelvin. So this cycle is also called as Kelvin cycle. So around there are some 10 reactions where this glucose is formed. It's not directly formed. Only just H combining with the hydrogen combining with the carbon dioxide will not directly give rise to the glucose, but there are several reaction intermediates. That means what are reaction intermediates? The products which are formed before the final product is formed. Those are called as reaction intermediates. So directly it is not formed, but it will take some time. It will take around, there are some 10 reactions which will take place, and after that, so you can see ribulose. So here you can see ribulose, 1,5-bisphosphate, glyceraldehyde, oxaloacetic acid, phosphoglycerate. All these are the different reaction intermediates which are formed before the glucose is formed. So once the glucose is formed, they will combine together. Some of the molecules of glucose will combine together to form the starch, and that's the reason why you can see a starch in the, or you can see a starch grain in the chloroplast. Okay, and all these reactions, the dark reactions, where they are taking place? They are taking place in stroma. So this is how the dark reactions and the light reactions will take place in the mechanism of photosynthesis. Hope you all understood this one, and tomorrow we'll go into the heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, children. So see you all tomorrow. Until then, take care.